I don't wanna work because I work so hard. I just need to unwind, unwind, wind, unwind.
Hi everyone, thanks for joining us for another edition of the Kuhea Show, and where we're featuring all the great people that we have on Maui. And sitting next to me is my good friend Cheryl King, who is a marine biologist with the Hawaii Wildlife Fund. And I always call her the turtle guru because she is the one monitoring and protecting all of our sea turtles here on Maui, including the very critically endangered hawksbill turtles. So welcome, Cheryl.
Thank you, Maria.
So let's start talking about you first. So where are you from originally, and how did you come to Maui to do your work?
Actually, I'm from Ohio, far, far away.
They have a lot of turtles there, right?
A lot of turtles there. I think I run over around the road too, ironically. But no sea turtles and no ocean. So when I was like 10, I saw the ocean for the first time and was like,
That's pretty hard to imagine, you know, for all of us who are from Hawaii to not see an ocean until you're 10.
Yeah, and it made a huge impact on me and basically changed my life to wanting to be around it and live by it and protect it as much as I could.
Well, you're definitely living your childhood dream then.
Totally.
Okay. Well, you know, we're going to talk about hawksbill sea turtles, but there are other kinds of sea turtles that we have here in Hawaii. One of the main ones is the green sea turtle, and not a lot of people see hawksbill turtles. So tell us the difference and why we don't see hawksbills as much as greens.
Well, yeah, like Kuhea said, there's two major species we have here that we see on the nearshore reefs as you're snorkeling around, but chances are 99% of them are going to be the greens because the hawksbills are critically endangered. They're very rare. And also a lot of people don't really realize the difference between the two, between the greens and the hawksbills. They do look pretty similar, but the hawksbills have more of a pronounced beak, hence the hawksbill name. And they use that beak to get into little pukas to look for sponges and other things. But we have a picture we can show you that shows the difference between the green and the hawksbill. But once you recognize them and you do realize that they're out there, and then that helps our research a lot. That's what we're actually looking for, is more hawksbills. So
right, and if you do see a hawksbill on the beach in the middle of the day, that's probably an indicator that something is going on that might need some attention.
Yeah.
Right. So
sure.
All sea turtles are either threatened or endangered, correct? And
Yep.
so let's talk about the reasons why they are. I mean, they're some of the oldest creatures on the planet,
Yeah.
and they are very much endangered. So some of those reasons might include one, harvesting, right?
Yep, poaching, for sure. It's illegal to hurt or harm or harass do anything bad to the sea turtles because they are a critically endangered species. But yeah, there's all kinds of impacts they're facing nowadays, human impacts, you know, things that we're doing that are harming them, from pollution to habitat degradation to disease and other things.
Okay. For people who don't know exactly what marine debris is, what is your definition?
Marine debris is something that we put in the ocean, so like a bottle or a piece of some sort of plastic. It's usually a lot of plastic floating around in the ocean, and that can cause a lot of problems for all kinds of animals in the ocean, especially sea turtles. They can eat the plastic, and that obviously can't be good for them.
Mm-hmm.
And they also can get entangled. There's a lot of discarded fishing gear out there in the ocean floating around, and turtles are pretty curious. They're looking for food because they can really easily get all wrapped up into it and drown, essentially.
And the problem is, out of sight, out of mind. We don't really think about what's in the ocean and floating around and how it's impacting other things. But when you're involved in marine debris cleanups, you see the mountains of trash, and a lot of it is plastic, and it's just horrible. But we are right now in the middle of turtle season, and so what is turtle season for you? Because that encompasses half of your year, every year.
Yeah, it's pretty much about 6 months, starting in the spring through almost to Christmas sometimes. Essentially the greens start nesting in May and the hawksbills start nesting in June or July or so. So that's when they come to their nesting areas and they start laying eggs. And each nest takes about 2 months to incubate before they hatch. And then through the course of the season, the turtles will lay more than one nest throughout the season. So we start doing a lot of work at this point in time, looking for the turtles to when they're laying nests.
And I think it's pretty alarming how few nesting females that we know of. So how many do we have here in Maui?
Yeah, for hawksbills in general, Throughout Hawaii, there's only about 100 nesting females that have been documented through the whole entire state of Hawaii. And that's their own population, so we're looking at a very, very low population.
And everyone counts, everyone
Yes.
makes a difference.
Every nesting turtle,
Right.
every hatchling. So we put a lot of effort into making sure that the hatchlings themselves make it to the water and that the nesting females are safe while they're nesting.
I think most people probably don't have an idea what it means to protect the nest and what exactly that entails. And it's not something that we readily see all the time because they are nesting in the times when most of us are sleeping, right? So just very quickly you can tell us what that is in the next few seconds.
Okay, so we camp out of the nest, make sure every turtle gets to the water, essentially, very safe.
Right, so people are camping out 24 hours a day.
We watch the
basically.
nest very closely.
Okay. Your job is to excavate nests after the eggs have hatched?
Yeah, so what we do is we let, we're really closely monitoring each nest, and once the first wave of hatchlings do come out, they don't all come out at once, but sometimes they do. One can come out at once, 180 can come out next minute. But as soon as that first big wave of hatchlings comes out, initially, we wait 3 more nights to let Mother Nature them naturally come out on their own. And then what we're really trying to do is increase the survival rate of every hatchling that we can. And sometimes the hatchlings get stuck in there. So the ones born on the bottom of the nest have to crawl all the way through their brothers and sisters and all the eggshells to get out. Sometimes they're a little unlucky, so what we do is we basically dig up all the egg remains, count the eggs, count how many empty eggshells there are, how many full developed shells, and the important part is, like you said, to get those little guys out there that couldn't get on their own.
So we normally don't see hawksbill turtles unless we're seeing them come up to nest generally. So where are they hanging out when they're not on the beach?
When they're not on the beach, hanging out, we do have a few hawksbill hot spots, as we say, on the reef nearshore area in Maui, and also on the Hamko coast of the Big Island. There's a picture we can show you about the tracking. We track the females when they leave the nesting area to go back to their foraging grounds. And so there's a map we can show. Basically, they stay in Hawaii, though. That's the main thing. So when they're not nesting, they don't leave Hawaii. So all the important populations here, we have to protect because we're not going to get any new recruits from anywhere else.
And there's some evidence pointing to that maybe the hawksbills in Hawaii might be a unique species.
It's not a unique species, but it's definitely a subpopulation that's not going to be recruited by anywhere else. So we're pretty much stuck with the ones we have now, so that's why everyone is important to keep the population going.
And I know you have a lot of volunteers who help you, so what are some qualifications that you would want in a volunteer?
Qualifications we want in a volunteer? Just somebody that is totally into helping nature. I mean,
And who doesn't like to eat turtles, maybe?
Yeah, yes. Who likes to stay up at night, gets exercises, camping. We do a lot of camping, but you don't have to be a great camper. It's just a matter of just being enthusiastic and wanting to help things and learn.
And if somebody wants to volunteer or just find out more information from you, where can they contact you?
Yeah, our website, Hawaii Wildlife Fund, is www.wildhawaii.org.
Okay, and later in the season, maybe we can come out on location and show what an excavation looks like, what it entails,
Yeah,
and
for sure.
that'd be a lot of fun and a good adventure for all of us. Thank you for joining us.
Thank you.
All right, and thank you to all of you for watching, and we'll see you on the next Kuhea show. And that's a wrap.
It felt like you could talk about it. So that was a good thing.
Oh, yeah. Aloha kako! Thanks for tuning in to the Kuhea Show. We have so much from the island of Maui to show you. Tune in this week for feature spots of Wailuku's first Friday party shot early last summer. We couldn't pass up this opportunity to share with you some of Market Street's awesome shops like Native Intelligence and Maui Thing, found nowhere else but right here in beautiful Maui. See you on Sunday at 7 p.m. right here on ourmaui.com. I am here with a group of young kids, bright kids, bright-eyed, bushy-tailed kids who are from Kamehameha School.
I wake up in the morning, one day on my schedule.